I don't like labels anyways. I don't like when people call me labels. I don't like calling myself a label. Like even when I do label the show because there's a marketing aspect to it, but I don't like it. There's a weird kind of, I don't want to, ooh, I belong to this group of people. I don't care. We're all people. And I generally believe that most people do want to be, for the most part, left alone. And maybe they've been misguided with their opinions because of propaganda and their dad reading the newspaper and telling them all this stuff. Which, that's something that I feel like if you sit down and talk with most people, I think they would get it. You just gotta, you don't be a dick about it. Oh, statist, get him. That's not how you start out a conversation when you're trying to change somebody's mind. And again, just like this misuse of words, fascist, that generally does apply pretty well to the direction the government's going right now. There's a lot of socialist things going on right now that, yeah, I'm okay with using those words because that might open people's eyes up to, hey, look at what's going on. This is not, oh, Democrat, Republican. This is the state versus you. And the fact they want you to disagree. They want this whole Democrat Republican infighting. Are you pro-war, anti-war? How do you feel? And they love when you go back and forth on social issues because they don't matter. You notice they never change the laws on the social issues. Rarely. I mean, you almost never see anything change as far as abortion goes. There's more and more gay marriage and pots coming too. But really, it doesn't matter. When it boils down to it, the only thing that really matters is the government involved in the economy or isn't it? How much of your money do you get to keep? And are we on a fiat currency or not? That's the stuff that matters. But the media and the government like you to be distracted by these discussions that fracture you into Democrats and Republicans. You've got all these labels you're throwing around. It doesn't mean anything. All it does is it splits you up because I figure, when you're in charge, you probably have an idea that that there's more of us than there are of you. And if we came together and we were all like, nope, this is where I draw the line. Now that you're droning, draw the line here. I'm withdrawing my consent, which I believe is the thing that might be in the Constitution, that, you withdraw the consent if it goes too far, or you just nullify the whole thing. And they don't want that to happen. They would rather that you infight and you start throwing around these words. But people don't know what they mean. And half of them are fake. What is a Democrat? What even is a Democrat? And why is that different from a Republican? They seem to agree a lot more than they don't. Look at John McCain. What do you call someone like that? Is he a Democrat or a Republican? Yeah, he's in a party. But what is he? He's just a douche. He's just a guy who hates your freedom. He's not a maverick. He's not a moderate. That's almost a scary word. When you start hearing them talk about bipartisanship, that's not good. We don't want the government working together. I'd rather have the people working together to stop the government. As soon as the government gets together and they agree on, oh, this war thing seems to be profitable, that's not good. When you've got Republicans on the other side who are also pro-war and pro-drones, that's not good. And thank God, I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm glad that Rand Paul did what he did because, I can say whatever I want, and at least I'm honest that for the most part, I'm talking to the converted. That's just how it is. I don't have a huge amount of listeners. I'm not Rush Limbaugh. But, someone like Rand Paul going up there and bringing a message to the national stage. And most people, they didn't know drones was a thing because they don't pay attention to that stuff. So even if it doesn't change any policy, I mean, yeah, he did finally get them to have Brennan or what's his face have a reaction and actually finally say that they're not going to kill Americans or whatever, which, you can believe them or not. I tend to not believe them. But you can argue, yeah, it didn't actually do much of anything. And you can argue, okay, he was talking on a stage, whatever. But what am I doing? I'm talking on a stage. It's not elevated.
But it wasn't that.
It's not elevated. But there's so many people now that know about this, That is so valuable to me that I think it is a very important thing that happened the other day.
But I feel like people play this down so much by saying like, oh, well, all he did was talk. Well,
what did you do? What did you do today? Share a meme?
His whole intent on talking for that long was to put off the voting of the head of the CIA or whatever, who is like totally on board with the drones.
Yeah, exactly.
And if they nominate him, then we're screwed. He avoided that for us. That's a huge step. That's something no freaking activist could do. No offense, but that's something that needs to happen in the White House. I think people are just caught up thinking that it's either in politics or in activism, and there's value in both of them.
That's what I'm saying, because everybody wants there to be fractured. It's you either work in politics or outside of it. And like I said, we're all just people. Let's all just come together on some common idea of liberty and just find our own separate ways to put a stop to the violence, and people are going to have different tactics. There's going to be people who have protests, which I support. And there's going to be other people who decide, hey, I'm going to run for president and I'm going to spread the message that way, which I support too. Is Rand Paul a purist? No. Yeah, he's not his dad, and he's not an anarchist. But there's a majority of people who have a lot of waking up to do, and Rand Paul is going to be that first step.
Exactly.
It's going to be that first nibble.
It's just the beginning. And then somebody will find his word, and they'll take it to heart, and they can run for president. It's just an evolution. That's all it is. An evolution of thought. People don't give it enough credit at all.
I mean, you want to look back at Ron Paul. He ran twice. Did he win? No, but think of how invaluable what that did. I mean, it did a huge job as far as opening my mind, seeing his content on YouTube. And it was a great just eye-opener. And then I went out and I started reading the books and learning more, listening to shows. I listened to that whole stupid Murray Rothbard thing as a kid. I went through all of that while I was playing Halo. And I didn't have that many friends, but now I know all this stuff because that guy ran for president. So you can argue all you want, oh, he's not pure enough. We got to stop that. We just have to. I'm done fighting this whole thing. I'm not putting a label on myself. You can decide whatever you think I am. I'm not putting myself in that box where, I'm not going to say I'm an anarchist. I'm not going to say I'm not an anarchist. Can I just say I'm working towards less government? Can I just say that?
People need to stop putting all their eggs in one basket.
Yes.
It's just somebody posted a really good thing on Rand Paul 2016 the other day. It's they were all for whatever way that helped reduce and eventually cut out government altogether. It's a process. It doesn't happen overnight.
We got a long way to go and a lot of stupid people that need to open up their eyes. This is Off the Air Live. More's coming up.